Are you finding yourself increasingly hassled by crazy road gangs? Are you looking for an effective and reliable anti-renegade defense vehicle at an attractive price point? The Camilla Corp Interceptor is what you need to be safe in the modern highway environment. Security measures include smoke launchers, rapid deploy shields, and dependents. Order now. Limited warranty does not cover attacks by combat lasers, chain guns, grenades, fire, rocks, or any projectile weapons whatsoever. Use of any Camilla Corp product is at driver's risk.
Good evening and welcome to WK11 News. This is Pam Sinclair coming at you live with a high-speed pursuit of armed and dangerous renegades. Our roving eye in the sky is Jay Hagman. Jay, what's going on?
Well, Pam, what you're seeing now is a chase of an extremely aggressive outlaw gang vehicle. 2 sanctioned op interceptors are in hot pursuit of these armed robbers. Aggressive exchanges of fire are now taking place. Looks like the forces of order have got these crazies boxed in and ready for some final justice. Oh! There it is! That's gotta hurt!
Could we get a closer view of the gang car, Jay?
Sure. It looks like they're members of the infamous T-Birds gang. What the heck is that? Rocket launchers! How in the heck did road gangs get military-level hardware? Whoa! That's road rage gone nuts! What? No!
There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice, "Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe."
Good evening and welcome to WK11 News. This is Pam Sinclair coming at you live with a high-speed pursuit of armed and dangerous renegades.
Dark Future is a Games Workshop game that originally came out probably about 20 years ago. It's a car battling game where there are vehicles smashing into each other, unloading machine guns to each other, firing missiles at each other, and yet it's all happening simultaneously but turn-based.
Science fiction is based on the extrapolation of scientific principles, whether that might be physics, whether that might be how a warp drive engine works.
Though of course we do let our imaginations go a bit wild with this, we want to make sure there is sound science behind the ideas that develop in the game.
So when they originally created Dark Future back in the late 80s, climate change was a relatively new, almost science fiction-y idea. And then in discussions with one of the scientists today, we talked about, hey, what could the effects of climate change maybe be? And she actually made the really good point. Well, they already are.
I think climate change might have a big impact. I think sort of some of the genetic manipulation, but I think the real potential threat is through new infectious diseases arising.
We are using viruses at the moment as delivery mechanisms for gene therapies, which is really exciting for dealing with some really debilitating conditions. Yet that same technology can be used in laboratories to manufacture terrible bioweapons that could destroy entire races.
One of the areas that I'm interested in is synthetic biology. Until now, we have not been able to control the DNA that's passed on from one person to another, but we are now developing methods that would be able to change the DNA that's present.
Something that stems from a newspaper article or something in a scientific magazine. All of these things are fodder for storytelling. There's a nihilistic element in all of us, I think, and kind of, the idea about some people liking to watch the world burn. And I think in science fiction, that gives us the opportunity to play with ideals of a negative future and to examine those without actually having to live through it.
We can't regulate or control everybody, so is there a fear that there is a rogue scientist out there somewhere that's taking it down the more dark routes?
We could end up in some kind of crazy post-apocalyptic world, which would be a lot of fun for a week or so, and then it would be kind of horrible.
What I liked about Dark Future is we all have this sense that the future could be much bleaker than it is now, that things maybe are falling apart, and Dark Future really capitalises on that and grabs it and runs with it, drives with it.
The Dark Future IP has a lot of really interesting themes in it. There's cool kind of 80s cyberpunk stuff in there. There's some interesting weird ideas about parallel universes, some almost supernatural elements as well. And I think all of that combines to make it a very unique, very interesting arena in which to tell stories.
That tension of what could be and what we hope will never be is where the Dark Future lives.
Why are we not getting any audio here? There we go.
In the 1950s, it was the Russians. Us and them locked in a Cold War. But in 1961, it was against our own people. The rock and roll riots hit. Youth culture.
Start this over again.
Thank you for driving carefully.
There is always another enemy. In the 1950s, it was the Russians. Us and them locked in a Cold War. But in 1961, it was against our own people. The rock and roll riots hit. Youth culture clashed with authorities over new music and the movement sweeping across the country that came with it. During the civil unrest of those times, many of rock and roll's upcoming stars were killed in violent protests during concerts. The 60s would bring isolation and stagnation. Nixon beat Kennedy for the White House and immediately set out his agenda. Ask not what's in it for you, ask what's in it for the U.S. We withdrew from the world stage. Vietnam descended into civil war. Russia intervened, but as the scale of the war grew, its popularity fell. The USSR saw peace movements and embraced social change. Back home in the US of A, business and industry grew unfettered. Corporations became more influential than government. Pollution increased rapidly. The climate began to change. And those fat off the profits of oil and industry denied anything was wrong. Pretty soon there were water shortages and famine, and not long after came corruption and rampant inequality. Out of poverty and tension, gang cults formed, becoming more daring and violent as authorities attempted to stop them, making broken cities and the vast big empty their home. In desperation, the Enderby Amendment to the U.S. Constitution opened the door to private policing by sanctioned operatives, which rapidly eclipsed official law enforcement agencies. This is the dog-eat-dog world we live in today, where the gangs and the hired guns and the corporations that pay their bills clash in the scarred wastelands we call home. Welcome to the land of the free. North America, 2025.
Okay, what do we got here? Swap Tips got the podcast. Exclusive interviews, okay. There's archive. Own the soundtrack. What is this? Camera sensitivity. Good. Controls. I was hoping there's a tutorial. I only do 60. Tutorial. Brain in a jar. Berg none. I have no idea what any of this is. Three skulls. Tough mission. One skull. You'll probably be fine. Coming through. Is this coming through okay? Fantastic. Well, there's good news and there's bad news, Speed Racer. I guess that's me. Bad news is that... Oh, it is literally... It looks like Speed Racer's car. Bad news is that you burned to death after an explosion ripped through your vehicle. You were caught in the middle of gang turf wars. Whoops, almost lost you there. Do remain calm, or this Gen-Tech mind reader won't be able to work. It connects your brain with the computer. The reason we can have this conversations, so we want it at maximum efficiency. Related to that, some more bad news. How do I put this delicately? You're a brain in a jar. Couple cc's of morphine should keep you nicely balanced. Balanced chemically. Physically, you're balanced on 3 books in a jar. The brain interface computer thing means that every action can be done remotely using sophisticated bioelectronics, or failing that, the equipment I've hooked you up to here. Sure, you might feel as if you're living in a nightmarish unreality where death is your only escape, but where was I going with this? Right. But you can do a bunch of stuff you used to do in your previous life. On that note, the fact I found you in an interceptor makes me think you worked as a sanctioned operative, the Highway Warriors. You see, taking out gang cults on ZBC, registered trademarks, nightly news. Though you're little more than a human brain with wires sticking out of it, you can still command your car, view the highways you're battling on, interact with a terminal like this one, and communicate with others. You just can't touch anything. Oh yes, the good news. Because you're able to do everything you used to do as a sanctioned op, you've been determined fit for work by U.S. government intranet. For additional bad news, this does mean that legally the state is no longer responsible for your well-being and you'll need to support yourself. But for a plucky person like you, that's no problem, right? There goes that body chemistry change again. Well, let's make some money, just pick a mission, hit the road, and reap rewards. What do we got here? We're paginating. Fuel shortage. As you complete missions, cost fuel escalates. Your goal is to complete your objectives before the price of fuel becomes too high to afford. Leave you stranded without failure, ending your run. Yes, I would like to see explanatory overlays for each screen, because I have no idea what this is. Messages screen. This screen shows you personal Z-mail messages. New messages will arrive between missions and they'll be marked as unread until viewed. Important messages related to your character will be highlighted. Stealing data. Complete 5 data heist missions in the Thunder Peak location. Data heist missions. Your character's current objectives are shown in the bottom right of the garage screen. Making money. Right? Seems to make sense. Your character's current objectives are shown to the bottom right and visible regardless of which tab you have. When you have just that, click the complete objective button to receive new information and a new objective. Okay, I think I can handle that. Messages tab. Car overview screen. Tier item upgrade. Okay. So the upper left of this screen shows a top-down view of your car containing item slots where you can install either weapons or upgrades. You can mouse over an item to show more information about it. Each weapon slot, front, turret, or rear, can only fit weapons which match that type. Engine, item type. Your car's engine is shown in the lowermost slot. I played this before on pen and paper, I think. Engine, the key component, defines both the core health and the weight capacity of your car. Good sound to this game. These bars show the level of armor covering different parts of your car. Extra armor can be purchased for the front. The sides note covers both sides. Okay, so you just have side armor. Or the rear of the car. Each pip adds a chunk of addition to that section. Armor sections summarized in the table for easy reference. Front, side, rear. Boom. Core 150. Car's weight capacity. When the bar is full, your car has reached its current maximum weight capacity. How many weapons and upgrades can be installed, but can be increased by... Okay, so you upgrade the engine, you can carry more. How much fuel your car currently has. Fuel is required to under... Okay, run out of it, your run is over. Current reserves of cash, 30k. That's a big different number. Your current reserves of cash are shown here. Gain cash by completing the missions, then spend it on upgrades, items, and fuel. Bottom part of the screen, which I'm guessing is this here, shows your hired op if you have one. Hired op provides an extra car. Okay, so this would be the driver. They can also be fired from here. Close overlay. Is this coming through okay? Yep, so that's the one we just read. I'm sure of it. Yep. Shop. Shop screen. This allows you to browse the contents of the shop to buy upgrades, weapons, or hire. Weapons. There's the front, turret, or rear. Each garage you shop at between missions will have different stock. Okay, in case you accidentally sell items. While you're viewing the shop screen, extra controls are also added to the car. Buy, sell items equipped on your car will be marked with their sale price and be consoled by clicking on them. The armor also. Okay. Upgrade engine. And you can... Okay, looks simple enough. Missions. Screen allows you to select and launch a mission. Each time you come to the garage after a mission, new selection of missions will be available here. Mission mutators. Difficulty ratings. Missions are displayed as icons on the map. The icon for a mission shows its type. What your objective will be. Under each icon are a number of skulls. Okay, difficulty rating. Plus on it, it means the mission features a mission mutator. What's the mutator? It doesn't tell me what the mutator is. Clicking on a mission icon will display about it. Right hand such as the reward and missions corporate sponsors. Ding ding. If you decide you want to take the mission, then just click launch mission. Traveling to a mission can seem slow with some mission. Okay, so if it's red, we can't do it. Okay. Close overlay. Corporate reputation. Okay, so these are the reputation companies that got to work for. Gives me rewards. Okay. Where are we now? Virtual environment, you can test your vehicle risk-free. Try now. ZBC tutorial simulation. This is a virtual environment which you can test your car. Whoa! Open lessons. Launch. Tutorial. Okay, so pressing the next and previous buttons will allow you to show the next previous. Next. Right mouse button. Car selection. Tab key will also allow me to switch between cars, or I can click. So this is what I gotta protect. Yeah, top left, I'll give a quick radar status red car representation. Lost. Okay, kaboom. So I can't lose the leftmost car. Next. Blue bars represent the armor coming from front and back and sides of the vehicle. No armor on this guy. Armor protection, okay. Incarnate. Okay, so you can repair your core health, but not your shields. Front weapons readiness. B. Turret weapons. C. Rear weapons. D. Current car speed. right lane. Okay, so you can queue orders. How can I queue this? Let's see. Such as changing speed or switching lane, use command. Okay, so fast forward. Drivers are all over the drivers following the road in the desired lane while driving. Shows the easy drive dashboard. It's going to be an interesting game, I think. Changing lanes. Okay, so we figured that out. 2 buttons at the bottom lane. I have to execute orders. Right. Execute orders. command mode. Really want to see it? We're going to go over. Execute orders. Forward reverse. Bounds. All the enemy currently either side of the highway will get warnings. I gotta stay close enough to the guys I hire. Get them unstuck. In order to perform your duties as on the bottom of these cars. Weapons. Balance is green, C is core. Okay. Incoming damage. Excuse me. Courage. How can I tell if it's queued? Repair. Or I guess that's the okay. Yeah, I think I am ready. Okay, so I got 30K. What do we got here? Oh. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We'll just go with space. Oh, look at that. It's sports highlighting. I love it. I love a well-designed GUI. Yep, we'll buy some front armor. How much does it pay? Reward 140k, eh? Okay, what do we got? Whoa, what the hell? I don't even have my fingers Or wait, cancel. We want to go left, then light MG, light laser, block them on. Execute. Now we're gonna go left lane, slow it down. We're actually gonna hit the brakes, execute orders, boost to about here. Go. Oh no, he hit the wrong button. This is not an easy game. Lock. Brake. Light laser. Machine gun. Executors. Oh no. I gotta stop trying to reverse. Okay, we want match speed. Nope, there's nobody to match speed with. lasers on, then fire lasers. Light pipe bomb. Execute. Move. Oh no, I missed it. Boost. Nice. Nice! I am loving this game. Ooh, now we can buy some stuff. 20 tons of leather were stolen in daring highway ambush. A convoy traveling through the painted desert toward Albuquerque was raided Thursday by a highway gang identified as the Fallen Angels. They descended on us in cars covered in spikes, and they themselves covered in a day-glowed leopard skin print tops. The air was rank with diesel fumes and the sour stink of hair gel. I have never been so scared in my life. These deviants are animals, although I have to admit they do have beautiful dentition. They stole a full 20 tons of leatherware, mainly biker jackets and tight trousers, before escaping in a storm of dust and power cords. When will our roads be freed from this menace? Please reports of 400 pairs of mirror shades being stolen the same raid are as yet unconfirmed. The screen reputation record. Okay, so as I do more shit with the what do we got? Front armor. Cutting beam. Hey. Oh, there we go. Visor. Moderate reload time versus weight 3, weight 10, weight 10. Car, interceptor, gunship, combat laser, rocket launcher, pipe bombs. No, we're gonna do it solo. Try this next mission. Okay, what do we got? Where are they coming from? Match your speed. We're gonna go this way. Then we're gonna do light laser, light machine gun, execute orders. Lock on this motherfucker. gonna boost. And we're gonna get a lock on this guy. Light lasers. Execute orders. Boom. And now we're gonna go here. And we're gonna do this. Kaboom. And now we're gonna go this way. And then we're gonna go this way. And we're gonna go this way. See what's coming up ahead? Nothing. And we're gonna go kaboom. Boost, execute orders, pipe bombs, spin that bitch, let's see what happens here. Too close. Pipe bombs. Right there. Execute orders. Machine gun. Spin and see what happens. Wow! I want some badass cutscenes with this. Okay, I'm gonna go grab another beverage. I'll be back in just 1 second here.